Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a relaxing night so far. Today, there was a good amount of runners in the pre-market, right? Today, I mentioned the news as usual. I remember yesterday's video, I talked about how in pre-market, there's always going to be news every single day. And it's really important to get on top of the news quickly, right? In my opinion, because most of these news are breaking news, which means the stock ends up ripping a lot. So if you're not part of the stream, I highly recommend it. If I had something like this years ago, I would have joined in a second, right? Because it's just very valuable, in my opinion. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing many stocks that have potential, in my opinion. So APVO is the first stock. This stock has been moving the after hours. If you pull up the chart, it's just been making a nice uptrend type of move. And it's showing strength, right? Because it makes a big move up and it didn't round trip. It didn't fall all the way back down. It basically made a move up and then it pretty much just flagged, and then now it's just holding up after hours. So that's really nice to see, considering this stock actually had really nice news not long ago. This was just recently where they said that they live 100% remission rate. And when you're talking about APVO, this stock was a former runner, a former big runner. If you look at the daily chart, it has a history of making big runs. So hopefully this stock ends up just holding in the pre-market, and I want to see what type of price action it has, right? Because tomorrow, these stocks, usually the bio stocks, they usually gap up if they hold those key levels, but it's not a guarantee, right? But yesterday, I remember I mentioned QNRX. That stock ended up making a big gap up in the pre-market. I saw the chart earlier in the morning time, right? QNRX was a similar situation. It was a low float bio stock. So APVO float is also low. Let me just double check. APVO only has 3 million float, and QNRX had 500k float. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, right? So next stock is BTBT. You have to keep an eye on this stock, guys. This stock is becoming a more Ethereum focused treasury and staking company. So as of just recently, 1 month ago, it held 121,000 ETH and is staking a significant portion of that to generate yield. So when we're talking about BTBT, this also looks like a multi-day potential setup. If you look at the extended time frame, look at the daily chart, look at the hourly chart, right? So this stock, I looked at the fundamentals real quick. Actually, it also has $181 million in cash. That's a lot of money, and they have pretty much like no debt, essentially zero debt. So BTBT is in a nice technical setup as well as a fundamental reason as well, right? So I want to keep an eye on BTBT, Bit Digital, and see how it holds up over the coming days. I think this could be a pretty potential, right, for the coming session. So next stock is SPAI. This one's Safe Pro Group. SPAI, I actually mentioned this stock. This was like 2 weeks ago. This was a while ago. I mentioned it twice, I believe, to the team, right, to the community. And this stock actually operates in aerial drone services, and it's an AI-powered threat detection, landmine detection. So when we're talking about this sector, right, you're talking about the defense sector and the military, right? So this company actually landed contracts with military and humanitarian organization. So SPAI, if you go to the daily chart, it's making it's kind of like in a multi-day setup angle, right? Because it makes a big move up, and then it held that previous resistance, and then now, if you look at the 1 hour chart, it's starting to trend higher. It's in an uptrend, so it's really nice to see it holding those levels. I want to see if it continues on to the next coming days, right? So the next stock is ZenaTech. This company reported a 500% year-over-year revenue increase in this Q2 2025. And this stock actually signed agreements to acquire firms with established long-term U.S. defense government contract. So you might be wondering, why am I bringing up these type of stocks, right? U.S. defense government, because if you've been noticing what's been going on lately, right? War, and a lot of these type of drone plays, defense plays are really going up a lot. Remember, I talked about several stocks in this sector just a few weeks ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and they're making a really nice move up. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on ZenaTech, especially since now it's starting to curl over that level, and see how it performs, right? So next up is Open. If you watch today's price action, on open. It was really nice price action actually. The stock ended up just making a big move up, and then it tried to reclaim those levels, right? It tried to break over that multi-top level, but then it kind of rejected, and then this was the good thing. Look at how it reclaimed. It made a really big move back up. It was kind of like a V-shaped pattern, and that's exactly what I've been saying in my videos, guys. If you check out my older videos on open, I said this over and over and over again, and if you're watching this video, it may look pretty obvious, but that's what I've been noticing on this stock. Every time it goes down, the buyers just go crazy, right? They just soak it up. So today the rate cut data came out, and I think in my opinion, in terms of technical wise, it's starting to form an inverse head and shoulder potential, right? Which is one of my probably top 10 technical patterns, right? So when it comes to open stock, you really want to pay attention to once it breaks over that $11 level. That's a big level. $11. It's gonna squeeze pretty nicely in my opinion, right? Because right now it's just constantly rejecting that 10.95 level, around that level. So I'm gonna be monitoring this stock closely, and I'm also gonna be updating you guys on YouTube as well as on Twitter, right? Twitter and StockTwit. So next stock for the video will be BTAI, guys. BTI, BioXL Therapeutic. So this stock actually is pretty popular. I had several people that told me that they're bullish on this stock, and in my opinion, I'm also bullish on it, right? Because this stock actually raised a lot of money recently. They raised $35 million, and actually they have a catalyst coming out. The results and data is coming out soon, so you really want to pay attention to BTAI, because there are few or no FDA approved treatment specifically for what this stock is focusing on, right? The area where acute agitation managed outside hospital or clinic setting. So when this stock got me potential, this could be a first potential mover when we're talking about this sector, because there's no, pretty much, like I said earlier, there's few to no FDA approved treatment. So BTAI, if everything goes good, this could easily see a bounce up, because right now, if you look at the technical chart, right, and again, everything I said in my video is not financial advice, and it's not, there's no guarantees in trading, right? I don't want to say that this stock's gonna go to $10 because I'm not, like a fortune teller, but I'm just saying that there's in terms of technical wise, look at this 4-hour chart, makes a big move up, and then now is entering into that very nice support level. So you want to see if this level holds. Ideally, I want to see the stock over 250, and we can see a bounce, like a curl, right? Curl type of action, and then this could go towards that $5 level, right? So what's going to help the stock actually is catalyst, but even without catalyst, just based on technicals, we should see a bounce, right? Because right now it's just kind of selling off. I want to see a downtrend break on the stock as well, downtrend break with high volume confirmation. So keep an eye on BTAI, guys. This is a really interesting stock. Next stock is GRRR. So this one, Gorilla Technology. This stock today had really nice news. $1.4 billion AI data center deal. So when we're talking about this stock, right? This company secured a significant contract to build a network of data centers across Southeast Asia, including Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand. So the initial phase valued at $300 million is set to commence this year in Q4, with AI services expected to go live in early 2026. So if you look at the daily chart as well, this is a really nice looking chart in my opinion. And on top of that, this news is pretty big, right? $1.4 billion. That's a lot. That's a big catalyst. So when you're looking at the stock, there's also future projection as well. When you're looking at the potential growth for the stock. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this stock. I think over $20, this could definitely run. That $20 is key, because right now I'm looking at the daily chart. This has range on this stock as well, right? So the last stock for the video, guys, is RGC. You have to keep an eye on this stock, right? Because this was the stock, I think, in my opinion, ran the most. This stock ran almost 100,000%. I think it was like 86 or 87,000%. This was the monster runner, guys. And this is a traditional Chinese medicine play focused on treatment for ADHD, autism, and other neurocognitive condition. So RGC actually started to kind of perk up. I saw the price action on it, so I just wanted to mention it to you guys to keep a close eye on this stock and see how it performs, because once this stock starts to run, it runs several dollars very quickly, right? So I'm gonna be adding this to my watch list as well, RGC. And yeah, guys, hope everybody's having a great night. And I'm gonna be on the live stream right in the morning time. I hope everybody is doing good, and I wish you a great night. Sleep good and good night. All right, goodbye.